Hey there, boys and girls. Matt here, Pickled Dragon. It's another Pickled Dragon Unscripted. Flying solo today. I wanted to do a quick video since there's been requests for more kind of the RPG toolbox type videos where I share some ideas I have, my own tricks and tools and adventures that I'm running, and I like to design monsters. It's one of my favorite things to do. And several years ago, I worked with Kelsey Dion, and we put together a book called The Monstrous Lexicon, and it's a collection of I don't know, I think it was like around 100 monsters or something that we put out. It was one of our first physical copy books that came out, and in it, I tried to really create monsters that were unique, not just in their statistics or abilities, but in the stories behind them. And so one of the creatures, I'm going to share with you today my design choices behind one of the creatures, one of my favorite creatures I designed. And that is called the Abaddon. So the Abaddon is is an angel, but with a big twist. So one thing that I recommend to DMs to do periodically to kind of break up the whole monotonous adventure, dungeon exploring, overland monster slaying, and whatnot, is to run a murder mystery. And there's a lot of different types of murder mysteries out there. You crimes of passion, crimes for profit. One of my favorite ones is the insidious serial killer. Now, a serial killer could be very cliched. So with the Abaddon, this angel who is a serial killer, I tried to add a twist to give the players pause, and hopefully even DMs pause, to think outside of the box and how the characters can resolve the crisis, the to defeat or stop the serial killer outside of just killing the serial killer. So so murder mysteries, and they're a lot of work because you got to lay the groundwork. You've got to create clues that will lead the party to their ultimate destination. You also have to build the mood. It has to have kind of a sinister, dark mood about it. It's likely going to be some sort of urban setting, and so that means heavy on NPCs, so that the party can do their investigation. That hopefully will eventually lead them to the culprit. So, without further ado, I'm gonna show you the copy, the text from the Abaddon, kind of stage by stage, and we'll talk about it. This is my interpretation of a serial killer, but with a twist. So here we go. Be ready. All right. So this is the Abaddon. It's cursed by the damned. The conflict between good and evil has raged for ages uncounted. The struggle is often waged by proxy through forces who serve the will of good or evil. And that's something that I've always done in my games, is that the gods or the supremely powerful evil forces or good forces rarely put themselves out there. They make sure their holdings are safe, and then they work through others to accomplish their goals. However, there are times when angels and fiends have met in fierce battle. On rare occasion, when a lord of hell takes a celestial captive, the angel is put through a rigorous torture and is ultimately cursed to become an Abaddon. An angel that has been turned into an Abaddon has been virtually washed of all memories of its former self. Devils take great pains to rebuild the memories of the Abaddon so that it may be introduced seamlessly into mortal societies. Creating an Abaddon is considered good sport among the lords of hell, with great pride taken in a creation that sows misery. among mortals. Ooh, yes. So, moving on, we get to building the lie. When an Abaddon is created, it is not enough to alter the mind of the angels. Devils must also manipulate the aristocracy of the city the Abaddon is to be placed into. An estate lacking an heir is chosen, and enchantments are used to insert the Abaddon into the family. Other prominent families are also swayed using magic until the presence of the Abaddon is unquestioned. When pressed for details regarding the Abaddon, aristocrats won't be able to give details about the individual's past, but will think the person is beyond reproach. Here we go. So they're layering in the lie, right? They're going to insert this angel into mortal aristocracy, aristocratic society, if you will. And the first thing you might think is that this is to sow discord among, the mortals, but it goes further than that, right? So here we go. Driven by hunger. By all outward appearances, an Abaddon will be intelligent, friendly, outgoing, and well-mannered. However, this guise masks a horrific truth. Once a month, an Abaddon is forced to feed on the flesh and blood of a humanoid mortal. In the days preceding the hunt, the Abaddon becomes withdrawn, focused on selecting a victim to feed upon. Generally, the victim will be of the opposite sex and chosen from the masses of the lower class. If, for some reason, the Abaddon is unable to feed within the month, each day that passes causes it excruciating pain. Its behavior will turn erratic, and if enough time passes, it will feed upon the first mortal it comes across, regardless of the situation or who is watching. So this hunger overcomes the angel. And to remember, it's been washed of all its memories. It doesn't know who it is or where it came from, aside from the fact that, it's just some member of of the aristocracy. That's all it knows. So it doesn't realize it's an angel. So here we go. Next slide. There's the art for the Abaddon looming over its victim. And here's where it really gets insidious, because, excuse me, the curse of the Abaddon may be one of the most horrific tortures contrived by hell. Countless mortals have been hunted and devoured by cursed angels. The lords of hell take particular pleasure in the torment of the Abaddon. As the Abaddon feeds upon its victim, the curse lifts momentarily, allowing the angel's memories and personalities to return and see the horror it is responsible for. So the torture isn't so much what's being inflicted on mortals. The sport that the lords of hell are so eager to partake in is watching the anguish, the torture on that angel's face in that moment of clarity when they're over their victim and they've realized what they've done. So there's no way to permanently lift the curse of the Abaddon. However, the wise believe that the angel's mind is still trapped within, allowing for the possibility of ending the curse. And this is just a bone to the DM, like if the party could figure out a way of lifting the curse, they may not necessarily have to kill this angel. And then you get into all kinds of different mojo, is the angel really responsible for what's going on? Who will they even be able to live with themselves afterward? If you're able to lift the curse. There's a lot of questions there that I think is an interesting moment for the party to kind of reflect on the nature of good and evil and the ways in which they interact with the world. So yeah, the Abaddon, the curse of the Abaddon. I could flash the statistics. It's a CR8 monster by the book. I think that this creature, I think 4 8th level characters would probably, in a stand-up fight, pretty much destroy this creature. But, this creature is not meant for a stand-up fight. It is meant to operate in the shadows and meant to remain hidden. The adventure is not, or the fun should not be in killing this guy. It should be in the investigation and the hunt and the effort you take to stop the next murder. So one of the things that this creature does have that make it very difficult to track, though, is that it has the hidden nature, always has non-detection spell active, which pretty much makes it immune to divination spells. And he's a wily fella. He's got a really high deception. He's got that dominating gaze. He brings the smolder, lures people to their doom, and he can dish out some damage. 5d8 damage per hit at 2 attacks around. That's nothing to turn a nose up at. But again, it could be against 4 8th level characters, 5e in particular. Kind of easy pickings, maybe. So maybe the Abaddon has some incredibly loyal personal guards to add to the action economy, or pets, some ravenous hunting dogs or something. Give it a little bit more of a twist. So yeah, what do you guys think? Have you guys run the investigation, the murder mystery adventure in the past, and how'd that go for you? I think that they're a lot of fun, especially when if you've spent a lot of time out in the wilderness or deep in a dungeon. It's a nice experience to have a heavy role play centric adventure, and I think the Abaddon offers a twist on that whole idea. The Abaddon is kind of a nefarious torture, and I'm always interested to see how individual party members deal with the problem. So that's it. Give me a comment, a like, please subscribe. And as always, come on back and have another round on us.